Welcome back. It is officially wildfire season in Canada, and it is not starting well. Here's a look at wildfires by the numbers. Since 1990, wildland fires across Canada have consumed an average of 2.5 million hectares a year. Canada has about 9% of the world's forests, and every year for the past 2 decades, about 7,300 forest fires have occurred. Only 3% of all wildland fires that start each year grow to more than 200 hectares in area, but these larger fires account for 97% of the total area burned in this country. Fire suppression costs range from about $800 million to $1.5 billion a year. Last year, the most expensive insured events from fire were in BC at $720 million in insured losses, and a wildfire in Atlantic Canada that cost the industry $170 million. While the average burned area is 2.5 million hectares a year, 2023 saw a grim 18 million hectares burned, and it was deadly. There were 6 deaths and 155,000 people evacuated from their homes. Recently, Intact Financial rolled out a partnership that it hopes will help fight some of the losses from fires, if not the fires themselves. Guillaume Lamy is Senior Vice President, Personal Lines with Intact Financial. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
So this is a system whereby some insured customers actually get this extra service. How does it work, Guillaume? What happens if a fire gets near the house of one of your customers?
Yeah, so we've announced a partnership with Wildfire Defense System. It's a pilot project to help our customer in BC and Alberta protect their home from wildfires. So what it is concretely, WDS will deploy personnel to properties that are threatened by wildfire to provide loss prevention services and reduce risk that our customer home would catch fire. So service may include things like removing material from around the property that may fuel a fire. Think firewood, propane tanks, furniture. They're also going to cover the exterior vents, closing any entry point where embers could enter the property and ignite a fire. They might also set up temporary sprinklers system to increase the humidity and lower the temperature around the property.
All things, of course, that if your home was threatened by fire, you'd be very grateful for. Do you have a kind of a roadmap or a record of how successful these measures are, Guillaume? How much do they keep homes from being damaged by fire?
So this is a pilot project, so we don't really have proprietary data for us. I think Wildfire Defense System is an experienced leader in that they have scale. They've been providing services to insurance policyholder in the U.S. for now more than 16 years. They've responded to 1,300 fires across 22 states and attended more than 37,000 properties. And overall, the properties that they've attended, 99% of the time they've survived the fire.
This, of course, is for people that have insurance with Intact, presumably. And presumably that part of the idea, Guillaume, is to avoid insured losses, which is hitting the industry hard.
That's correct. I would bring you back maybe to 2023, where there was a number of natural disasters across the country. We paid out as Intact more than $1 billion in claims for these catastrophes. And a significant portion of that was actually wildfire. The wildfire season was particularly intense in Alberta, in BC. 17 million hectares were burned, more than twice the previous record. So when we saw that, we really took a pause and we asked ourselves, is this an anomaly or is this the new norm? So we did a lot of research, what would be the impact of a kind of 3 to 5 degrees warming scenario could have on our business. And overall, we assessed that more than 50% increase in weather losses by 2040. And wildfires, especially in the western part of Canada, are going to be more frequent. So this partnership with WDS is really on the back of that to protect our customer and double down on our purpose of building resilient communities. Just
a few seconds here, but how many, I won't put you on the spot with an exact number, but roughly, how many of us have fire insurance, Guillaume, in affected areas? Is this a small number, or do a lot of people have it?
So every insurance policy would cover for fire. And for us, we offer that to all our customers across Intact and Bel Air in the vast majority of the province, except BC Islands and really the north of the province, north of 56th parallel in BC, 57 parallel in Alberta.
Guillaume, so good to have you for this. Appreciate your time today.
Great. Thank you.
Guillaume Lamy is Senior Vice President at Intact Financial.